Okay, great. So now this is actually officially being recorded. So we're going to get this link out. But I want to welcome everyone. Super excited because this is our founding members edition. You're going to learn tonight why you want to become a founding member of Wakanna for Life. We're so excited to extend this once again. I know last year, hundreds of you took advantage of this very unique opportunity. But before we get started, I'm going to give one more shout out to our new emerald. For those of you who missed it, we actually have a new ruby, several new sapphires. So you're going to see a lot of great celebration happening over the next 24 hours on Facebook. But you know what? This was just such a huge accomplishment, okay? Because here we are in the month before Black Friday, and this team showed up, they showed out, they got it done, and he has joined the prestigious Emeralds, which means $50,000 or more in 1 month. In fact, I believe you were close to $70,000, Willie Mooney, which means your group is about to go diamond. I also want to give a shout out to Dr. Conti, if you're on the line, because she is our brand new ruby out of the Maryland area. We have a new sapphire as well out of the New York area, and that is Fatima Horn. And so many new ranks. We have some jades, we have some pearls. Again, we are super excited because this group is showing up, showing out, and we have to give recognition where it is due. And you all are deserving of it, okay? In fact, we did have our third highest month ever last month. In fact, the last day of the month alone, it was truly record breaking. I mean, it was just all the way through probably 3 in the morning. The orders just kept pouring in. So for all of you that rank advance, for those of you who hit your CV numbers, I want to just say congratulations. We are so proud of you. And so this is really designed as the way. Let's see here. If we can mute our lines out. Thank you, guys. We're going to hit mute. We're going to hit mute again. And if you guys can help me keep an eye on those microphones, so that those microphones don't come unplugged, okay? Because it's easy to unplug your microphone, guys. This is not a webinar, it's a meeting, okay? And so the purpose of becoming a founding member, it's gonna allow you to leave a legacy. We really designed this to help you achieve your goals. And we want to see you go diamond. In fact, who wants to go diamond? Hopefully every one of you wants to go diamond. In fact, put in the comments, go diamond, claim your diamond status. Because here's what I know that miracles are going to happen this month. You know, I know that there's going to be some excitement that happens that some of us really couldn't even predict, because some of the exponential factor, it's not something you can always calculate to an exact science. We have an idea of what's going to happen, but there's going to be some things that happen that absolutely are going to blow all of our minds. So you want to just claim that you're going diamond in the month of November. I want you also to go ahead and repeat after me. 1%. I'm going to say it again. 1%. See, we made a bold move last year when we decided to open up this founding members position. We decided to say that 1% for the rest of Wakanna's existence will be shared among those of you who see the vision. And that's a bold statement because some of us have been a part of companies where in the beginning that company was doing tens of billions. Then that company went to billions of dollars. What if we were positioned to share in 1% of that revenue, right? And so that's what we're doing. We're disrupting the industry. In fact, we're a company who now just hit, that $3 million collective mark. And when you think about $3 million and you think about what's 1% of $3 million, and you think about the fact that's $30,000 on the table, right? We don't want to leave any money on the table, because when it goes to $30 million, and now all of a sudden, instead of 30,000, it's 300,000, right? Imagine what's going to happen as this company just continues to grow, as we continue to explode. And if your name is Cannon, if you can mind not unmuting yourself, please. Thank you so much. So 1% is what we are dividing up among all of those of you who are founding members of Wakanna. So let's go ahead and take a preview of what the packs look like and who should buy which pack, because that comes up a lot. And so first we have our founding members pack that's designed for new members. or members that might have already got started with Wakanna, but they never purchased our full crown jewel pack. Now, what's exciting about this pack is not only are you going to get all the exciting products that really will help you go out and give samples out, to go out and give gifts, but you're also going to get a chance to have your Wakanna University certificate included. If you've already utilized the Wakanna University certificate, you can gift this to someone else. That alone is a $200 value. You're also going to get your broker license, which basically means that's your ability to go out and build a team. So all of that is already included in that, in addition to these exciting products that are going to allow you to go out there and market your business in a really big way. One of the announcements that I made on Wednesday is for those of you who really want to do this, perhaps you're brand new, you just don't have the money to do the full $15.99. We are allowing this group to do it at 50% down, which means you're going to be able to make a payment right now, and then you can make another payment by the end of the year and complete your founding members pack. How exciting is that? And again, take a snapshot so that you can see all the products that are included, because we're giving you product value, a value that actually exceeds over $2,000. And so this is really exciting because you can take that product pack, sell it, you can sample it, you can share it, and get back all of your investment. And you have to watch those microphones. 1 second, let's see who that is. One moment. We're gonna yeah. Somebody watch the at the top of the list.
I got it. I got it.
Okay, great. And there might be a way, whoever is the first person to log in, you might be able to turn that mic off permanently. So just if you can look into that. Okay. So here's another benefit. Another benefit is when you purchase this full crown jewel pack, it's going to allow you to get paid as a sapphire for 6 full months. One second, guys.
I can't mute him. It's Canon Fears.
Kathy, if you can help out with that, Kathy probably can do it. Let's see. There we go.
I did it.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Rita. There's our doctor. Okay, wonderful.
You're welcome.
You can get paid as a sapphire for 6 full months. That's a big deal because that's allowing you to pick up more money in our compensation plan. Okay, so now let's look at the very next item. So who should purchase this pack? Who's eligible to purchase this pack? Well, it depends on how did you start. Did you register for a free test drive? Did you purchase the stimulus dispensary, the millennial dispensary, the personal dispensary? If any of those you answer yes to, then this is the pack for you. Now you're allowed a maximum of 2 packs, but here's something that's also exciting. Your first pack, it's $15.99, but on the second pack, you're getting it for $7.99 because that's gonna be our basic pack, okay? But that will give you an extra share in our founding members pool. So now let's look at the very next option. Now, when you purchase the pack and you get paid as sapphire, what does that mean? That means you have an opportunity to go from agent, to go from broker. Maybe you're at the free test drive. Perhaps you're at Pearl, you're at Jade. Well, you can advance 6 levels in our comp plan. We're gonna pay you just like someone who's doing over $10,000 a month. The only exception to that is you don't share in the revenue pool, right? But other than that, you get all those additional levels of compensation plan when you decide to come in at that $15.99. So that's in itself is a huge advantage. The other thing we want to look at is let's look at if you weren't paid as a sapphire. If you're not paid as a sapphire, let's say you came in, you bought one of our packs, and now you're just paid normally. Well, normally you're picking up about 3 levels of pay, okay? So imagine going from 3 levels of pay and extending that. Really, it's about 7 levels depending on which option. If it's the packs that you're selling, it's really 6 levels. But if it's your own website sales and dispensary sales that are happening on retail orders, if you really add it up, you're technically getting money on 7 levels. So that's the power of going from just a basic distributor all the way to sapphire when you're getting all this extra compensation and you're no longer leaving any money on the table. So that's one of the advantages of it. Now, here's what I also want to announce. You can actually purchase this pack from starting right now all the way through November the 15th. And instead of you actually getting 800 points, which normally is what you would get when you become a founding member, you would actually get 800 points on both packs. So you would normally get 1,600 points. but now we're going to give you 1,000 points on each one of those. So now you're getting 2,000 points when you come in at that $15.99. Now, if you buy that second share, you're now getting, instead of 2,000 points, you're getting 3,000 points total. That's a really big deal, guys. And we're going to only offer that all the way through until November 15th. If you purchase this after November the 15th, you're going to get all these great products, but you're not going to get those extra points. So it's very important for those of you who really want to be strategic, you want to do that right now. You want to purchase it either via a cashier's check or a check. And we're going to talk about that. So how does this pack help me also to rank advance as it relates to the compensation plan? So let's look at that. So what I wanted to do real quick is show you some of the ways that this pack really helps to expand your business, okay? If you look over here, this is what we call CV. And CV is if you purchase retail products or if your customers purchase retail products. Now this pack doesn't count for CV. So make sure you're aware of that. Don't tell your distributors this is counting for CV. No, it counts for PE, which is points earned. And points earned help you go where? To Jade. It helps you go to Pearl. It helps you go to Sapphire. So every single founding members pack that's purchased by you and your entire team, it's going to accumulate over here in your points earned column. And you can count every single level. I don't care if you have 40 levels, every single level we're going to count. And whatever that total is, as long as you meet the right balance, then guess what? You're now rank advanced to that next level. So that's another way this pack will help you rank advance, okay? But let's look at something else, okay? I want to look at something that actually happened recently, okay? You know, recently we've had some people that come to us and say, hey, I want to pay via credit card, okay? Now, the way you purchase this, it's via what? It's via cashier's check and it's via check. That's the way you can purchase it. But because we've had so many people ask about the credit card option, because some of you have what? Frequent flyer miles, or perhaps you have some type of loyalty rewards with your credit card company. So what do I do if I want to pay via credit card? Well, there's two options for the person who's on the line who wants to pay via credit card. First, you can wait until November 27th. On November 27th, you can purchase it using your credit card. When you purchase it using your credit card, there's no fees attached to that, okay? So it's just the price of the pack plus the normal sales tax, okay? You're gonna receive 800 points on that order because you're not doing it during this pre-launch, okay? But you can actually use your credit card right now if you wanna pay the 5% penalty that we're charged, right? So you wanna pay the 5% yourself, you can do that, get your 1,000 points, and you can pay via credit card. So that option is on the table. Another option is some of you have accumulated money in your e-wallet. Some of you have money in your e-wallet that's just been sitting there and it could be $3,000, $4,000. Well, guess what? We're gonna allow you to use your e-wallet to purchase this during the pre-order phase. How cool is that? So now let's address the people that have already been in this business and have already purchased our full crown jewel dispensary, or at least the 50% down. Who's eligible to purchase founding member pack for the $7.99? Let's go ahead and look at it. Again, as long as you've already purchased that full crown jewel dispensary, or if you're an existing founder, which means last year you took advantage of the founding members program. So what do you get in your pack? Let's look at it for a second. Now, not only do you get products, but just like in that very first pack, you're getting cash back. You're getting loyalty points. Let me do the math for you. Even on that $15.99 pack, do you know that $400 is coming back to the purchaser? They're getting $200 cash back, plus they're getting $200 in loyalty points, and loyalty points equals what product? So that's $200 in product plus $200 cash for $400. When you start doing the math, you're gonna see that this is such a no-brainer, right? But when you look at the person that's already in the business, who does the $7.99, who gets all their products, but look what they get $100 cash back, plus they receive $100 in loyalty points. And so again, let's do the math. Let's take $7.99, let's subtract that. And now all of a sudden we've subtracted the $100 cash. We've subtracted the line. Now you're getting almost $1,000 in that. You've now gotten all that cash back in loyalty points. And so let's just say you went out and just sold some of your products back. You can actually start your founding members position at what we call break-even status, which means all of your money has been returned to you. And that's something to think about, because right now, this is the holiday time, right? This is the time people want to give gifts, and what better gift than the gift of health? And we've really positioned this pack so that not only do you get products that sell, but these are our best sellers, our pain cream, our gummies, our topicals, all the things that really are designed to let you sample the products, demonstrate the products, and the products that fly off the shelf the fastest. Now, here's something else to pay attention to. For those of you who already came into this business, at some point you already were getting paid as a crown jewel. Do you know that when you purchase this pack, we're going to extend to you the opportunity to get paid as a sapphire once again? Now, the reason why this is such a big deal, besides the fact that when you first come in, you can buy that crown jewel, the only other way for you to get paid as a sapphire is to hit over $10,000 a month in sales. That's the only way for you to do that. So now for those of you who might have been challenged trying to get to $10,000 a month in sales, you have one opportunity right now to reset that clock. So now for the next 6 months, we're going to pay you on all those additional levels. And for some of you, you're going to earn so much more money in the comp plan that your $799 will be worth it just because of that one option right there. In fact, I'm going to show you an example of what that could look like. And so for existing founders, if you're already a founding member of Wakanna, you can actually have up to 3 founding member shares total, which means if last year you purchased 1, you can have 2 more. If last year you purchased 2, you can have 1 more. That's a max of 3. Let's say you're brand new in this business and you are not yet an existing founder. You max out at 2 shares, 2 shares. Why is it? Because we always want to make it that every year, and this is only going to be extended for just a couple more years, but we want to make sure that every year the people that were first to get in have the better advantage. So today, by getting in now as a founder, you're going to have a better advantage than the people that get in next year. And then when we shut this program down where no one else can get in, can you imagine what that's going to look like for you and your group? And so here's an example of someone who could have taken advantage of the founding members program, not only got the share, but just in the comp plan alone could have picked up all this extra money, but they're leaving money on the table. Why? Because when you're in our business, and let's say you do nothing for a year, you don't have any customers, nothing happens on your website, and you're completely inactive, well, then what happens is your account will get deleted, okay? And so this particular person was deleted because they never did anything. I mean, not one day did they do anything, right? But here's what happened with their group. They brought somebody in the business that did something. And see, unlike most companies where you have to balance legs and you have to do all these things to qualify, in our business, if he would have just purchased the crown jewel, he would have immediately gotten paid on 6 levels. Now, this is not just 1 month. Do you know that every team, every month, this team shows up and shows out? This team goes between 20 and 40,000 points consistently. And this person could be overriding all those points if all they did was decide to become a founding member. But they're leaving money on the table. And so we don't want any of you to leave money on the table because we're going to pay you like a sapphire for 6 full months. Don't be like this particular distributor who just never paid attention to the simplicity of our comp plan, okay? And so again, for those of you who purchase now, between now and November 15th via check or cashier's check, you're going to receive those 1,000 points instead of 800 points. And so that's another advantage to getting it done right now. Here's another announcement. With each pack, there's a 3 customer requirement. Now, what that means is you could be one of your customers, but you then need to go out and get 2 more customers, right? But here's a special announcement. From now all the way through the beginning of, actually from now all the way through 2021, those same 3 customers will satisfy your customer requirement. What does that mean? That basically means on your first pack, you need 3. On your second pack, you need 3. So that means for some of you, because you have multiple shares, you would need to have 6 customers up to a maximum of 9 customers to qualify for all your shares. But what we're going to do for the entire year of 2021 and for the remainder of this year, if you have 3 customers, and even if you have multiple packs that you purchase, those 3 customers will satisfy your requirement for every single pack you have. And again, you can count as one of those customers. So let's talk about how do you go ahead and get started right now as a founding member. Checks and cashier's checks and money orders should be made payable to Wakanna LLC. You can mail those checks to our corporate headquarters. Make sure you put your distributor ID in the memo, and in the memo, make sure you put founding member pack. Make sure on the outside of the envelope, you're putting Wakanna LLC in care of founding members, and you put the right address, which is 411 East 35th Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60616. Now, available for pickup. Let's talk about when you can start getting your pack. So for those of you who purchased a pack and you want to pick it up at our local store in Bronzeville, you can start picking up those packs on November the 20th. For those of you who purchase it and you want it to be mailed, those founders packs will start mailing out no later than Monday, the 23rd of November. And we're mailing them out and making them available based on who is in first. And so we've already had dozens of you send in those checks and cashier's checks. And so we have a list that we're accumulating. So make sure you get your name on the list and get those checks mailed in. So let's look at some scenarios on exactly how this works. So here it is. You now are a founding member of Wakanna. And now you want to qualify your website. How do I qualify my business and secure this as a founding member? So remember that each month you would do what? You can be your own retail customer by purchasing at least what? 1 product. We don't put a specific amount on that product. So you don't have to purchase a minimum of $75, a minimum of $100. If you purchase just $12, guess what? That would count as a retail order. But you also need to make sure that you have your 2 retail customers. So now that it's you plus 2, or it could be all 3 customers, it doesn't matter. And again, we're not going to penalize you because they're not spending $75. If they spend $11.95 on a pre-roll, it counts as one of your customers. We try to make this as easy as possible so everyone who wants to get their check will get that check. So how do you actually earn more shares? Well, you can earn more shares without having to go get more customers, which is cool. See, when you buy packs, you got to get those extra customers starting in 2022. But when you go out and just build it through our comp plan, those same 3 customers qualify you for all the extra shares we give you. So how does it work? Let's say you hit Pearl, which means you're over 2,000 a month, every single month in points. Then you're going to get 3 shares instead of 1. So for Jades on the line, when you're at 5,000, you're also getting those same 3 shares. So Pearls and Jades both get 3 shares every month. If you do the math on that, you do that for 12 months, that's 36 shares that you could get for that entire year. Now let's say you hit Sapphire. At Sapphire, you're going to get 6 shares every single month. At Ruby, you're getting 8 shares. At Emerald, you're getting 10 shares. And at Diamond, you're getting 12 shares. And the reason why we put this in here, when we talk about creating millionaires, we are dead serious about that. And how we can do that is empower those of you who don't just buy the pack, but you go out there and build a business. We want to make sure that in the next 5 to 10 years, when you look back at your founding members check, we want it to be bigger than your distributor check, right? We want to disrupt the industry by creating millions of people that are getting life-changing income, but we want to create at least thousands of you that become those millionaires by simply paying attention to the comp plan and not leaving money on the table. So now you're probably asking, well, what if I don't get my 3 customers? Well, here's what I want to tell you. is here's what we put on the table. Again, we want to take out all the excuses so that each and every one of you have a chance to benefit in the very first quarter that we're paying out the new founders shares, right? And so our special announcement is this. We're going to waive the customer requirement all the way through to January 1st, 2021 for everyone who orders on or before November 15th. And so what does that mean? That basically means if you decide to get your founding members pack right now, do you know all the way up until the end of the year, you're going to automatically get paid those founder shares, even if you don't have any customers. Why did we do that? Again, we want to give everybody the opportunity to see the beauty of this program, to see how you can have something that can pay you every single quarter for the rest of your life. In addition to that, we know that some of you are on the line right now, and perhaps you have some extra money to spend, but you're not sure that you're going to want to build a business right now. And so now I want to talk to that person, right? So what's also very unique about our founding members position is this is actually something that even if you don't qualify for your first 2 to 3 years, it doesn't remove you from being a founding member. You're still a founding member. And at any time, you can decide to go ahead and get those 3 retail customers. Here's also something you need to know. See, some of you are doing this because you're thinking legacy. You're thinking your children. You're thinking your grandchildren. You're thinking generational. So here's the other great thing. See, there may be grandkids right now that aren't within the legal age to buy this and get in the business right now. But because you position yourself as a founding member, and now let's say at one time they decide, hey, I want to get a piece of Wakanna. Well, guess what? You can actually give your business and your founding member position to them. It's willable. Isn't that powerful? Even if you're still living, you can decide to transfer the business to one of your kids or one of your grandkids. And so I just say that this is the smart business strategy for those of you out there who have the resources to make an investment in you. It's not an investment in us. Because if it was an investment in our company, you would have to wait for profits. See, this is not about waiting on profits. When we take 1% of the revenue, it's based on our revenue. Even if that quarter, we didn't make a profit. Now, here's the unique thing about Wakanna. We've actually made a profit every quarter this year. We've made a profit. That's unusual. Most companies don't make a profit for 3 to 5 years. We've made a profit. But what's exciting is even if we didn't make a profit, for you, it doesn't matter because, again, we're taking that 1% on revenue. Here's another announcement. Many of you have had a chance to see our existing Wakanna Founders Wall. So for many of these months, you've been sharing our story. We're excited because now it's time for us to share your story. And so our Founding Members Wall is actually being redesigned. And with our Founding Members Wall, we're going to actually put all of our existing founders, all of our brand new founders, and we're going to actually create this whole new vision because we're declaring that 2021 is your time to reign, okay? It is your time to reign. We are celebrating the kings and queens of Wakanna. We are celebrating you. When you see this new rendition of our Founders Wall, it's going to blow you away. One of the things we're doing, instead of focusing on Bronzeville, we now see that more of our revenue is coming outside the state of Illinois. Do you know that last month, do you know that more than 60% of our revenue came from outside the state of Illinois? We see that our business is starting to explode in places like Maryland, places like Texas, places like Indiana, okay? This is getting exciting. When we see what's happening all across the country, we want to make sure we celebrate each and every one of you as leaders. So no matter what state you're in, when you hit certain ranks with us, we're going to pick several of our leaders and we're going to feature you on our brand new Founders Wall. And instead of having the city skyline of Chicago, we're going to have the skyline of the world, okay? Because yes, we are going international. Another thing to consider, when companies decide to build, when you hit $3 to $5 million in the United States, that's considered exciting. Why? Because the United States is one of the toughest areas to market. And despite that, we've exceeded our goals. We've been able to have months in which we grew over 160%. But here's the reality, folks. None of that compares to when we actually go global. When we go global, what's going to happen is we're going to see sales explode. We have one of the top attorneys who's working with us who helped to take other companies international. In fact, one of those companies he took international, do you know the very first month they went international, they did over $24 million in those international markets. And so we're excited about the future because for those of you who are founding members, you're going to have a chance not just to override the United States, but override the entire world as we take this company global because yes, we have a global vision and we cannot wait to reveal to you our brand new Founders Wall, which is coming in 2021 because we know that it is your time to reign. And that is our theme for 2021, your time to reign. Some other specials that we're putting on the table is we're going to have some phenomenal retail specials on Black Friday. We're going to have incentives for those who shop first. The first 250, not only will they get 25% off on those retail orders, but they're going to get free product, right? So there's lots of incentives. In fact, this is just a small preview. We have so many things in store because we want November to be a month to remember forever and ever as we go out and crush records. On Cyber Monday, we have some other specials that are being programmed. We're giving the gift of health where you can have products shipped to the door of your customers already wrapped up and gifted, ready to go. And so we are super excited. How can you have the most financially successful holiday season ever? You want to make sure you set your goals. You want to make sure you make your list. You book your parties. You ask for support. Ask your family and friends to support your business. That's a movement right now. We're tired of giving away our money to these billion-dollar companies who don't invest in our communities. What we do is we prioritize taking our profits, taking a portion of our revenue and doing what? Donating back to our communities. So you want to really build that out, tell your customers to come and support your business. You want to give the gift of health this holiday season. You want to attend the calls, the webinars. You want to reach out to your team. You want to schedule those three-way calls. You want to add people to our Facebook group like never before. And one of the most important things is you want to follow up because we know that the fortune is always in the